I just hope I left a space where people felt safe to embarrass themselves and be a kid again. And
Welcome back to It Takes Universe. I'm Ashley, and today we have
Morgan J.
We're gonna insert a little clip here.
This next song is about something kind of traumatic that happened to me, and I don't wish this on anybody. It happened a couple months ago. Is very tough to deal with. I'm kind of still dealing with it right now. This song is called Home Intruder. There's someone in my home, and they're walking around. They're making lots of noise. I hope they leave and get out. They're wearing my clothes, and they're eating my food. I heard something break. This can't be good. It's actually my girlfriend. I think she's trying to move in.
So the first question I always ask people is, where are you from? And then what was your first creative outlet?
Well, I was raised in Jersey. Mother's from Brazil. Dad was raised in Argentina. And my first creative outlet was piano. So I had started playing piano at 6.
Is that something like the piano was around the house and you're like, I'm playing it? Or your mom and dad were like...
The piano was in the house. My dad was a singer.
He's dying. He's
You know,
dying.
it's funny. It's funny. I got this smoothie in a new place I've never been to,
Yeah.
and they were like, "There's gonna be ginger in it. Is that okay?" And I'm like, "That's fine." But I
get
guess
you
they
water.
put. No, I have water
It's
too.
like the grinds are at the bottom.
Yeah,
now.
it's like, and it's spicy. The ginger is spicy.
Yes. Hilarious.
But my first outlet was piano, and
He's okay, guys.
no, my first outlet was piano. My dad was a musician who played guitar, he played piano, wrote songs and stuff like that. And my brother was doing piano. He's a little bit older than me. And then, it was in the house, so I did it.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah.
So all your other siblings were also musically inclined?
Kinda. I mean, it's like anything else. We were practicing like hour, 2 hours a day. I mean, I had done it for like till I was 16. Then I hated the process. Like I did not enjoy the process of classical piano.
Okay.
I wish I had like learned how to play like improv, like jazz piano type, because that would be of huge service right now at this point in my life. But anyway, it all worked out.
Growing up, music in the house. So you went to NYU, what, Tish? So tell me how you got from playing instruments as a kid to deciding theater as the major.
Yeah, so it went from piano to choir in high school to the theater program in my high school to a drama program at New York Film Academy to like that's what I wanted to do to auditioning for NYU.
Ooh,
And
so
then I went straight to the
You always
Tisch.
knew you wanted to do this? Or,
Some form of entertainment, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and as far as like when I started out doing just stand-up comedy,
yeah.
that was always kind of in the back. So the minute I got to New York, literally like
Yeah.
2 days after I moved in,
That's crazy.
it was like I did the open mic at the school.
That's crazy.
So, and I thought it was an open mic for like 20 people. It was like 400 students showed up, you know.
Oh gosh.
But it went well.
It went well.
It went well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Stand up. So
Yeah.
So from then, I'm always just like, what made you choose this?
Oh, yeah.
So then from being musical to then, okay, we're gonna do the NYU thing. Were your parents supportive of that? Because I've had immigrant parents
My
too.
mom was.
Oh, wow.
I mean, she was married to a musician. She was, to her credit, she had hinted like, oh, you maybe go into law or be a doctor or this or that. But she never discouraged me at all, you know. And I just got her home last week.
Hey.
So, but as far as like the theater program at NYU was really cool. That was at Stella Adler. I graduated with a really impressive class of people. I mean, Chloe Feynman was the year right below me. Alana Glazer was also my year. I don't know if you know who Britannic is. They're a sketch group.
Yeah.
Just a lot of Miles Teller was the same year as me. Yeah, it was just a good year. I learned a lot, and I was also doing stand-up throughout, and that kind of helped the acting, and the acting helped the stand-up, and it was all. And then I'll just give you the full arc, right?
Yeah.
So we do stand-up 5 years in New York, moved to LA, I do stand-up for a year in LA. I get a couple opportunities that don't pan out, I'm not happy. I'm like, I really have to enjoy this, slowly transition to guitar stuff. And then that would just continue to evolve and change until I have the show that I'm at now, which is, you know, for the big venues and for the big legacy venues, I use a full band now. It's like a James Brown comedy type of experience, you know.
That's so fun.
It is changed quite a bit, and I think as a creator, you want to kind of give yourself, you know, the ability and the space to change. You know, you don't got to be locked into something.
Yeah.
You really don't got to be locked in.
Yeah.
I did UCB. I did a couple UCB classes. You know, that was helpful. But you really don't. Everything is kind of like a salad bar, and then you pick and choose what you want to be the artist you want to be. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. You gotta figure it out. I always like to ask people who go to school for the arts, what do you feel like NYU actually prepared you for what you're doing now in the world, and what do you feel like, did it hinder you in any way? Because a lot of theater kids don't have like self-tape experience, business experience. They're like, I can only do plays.
Well, I mean, right off the bat, like just my sense, I feel like my sense of professionalism compared to other, I mean, I don't know. I just hear so many stories about like, so one of my teachers said, you know, productions or whoever it is, directors, producers, casting people will always, they would rather hire a 5 talent with a 10 attitude over a 10 talent and a 5 attitude. Because on some of these productions, or in my case, let's say you're on tour with me, and we're going to spend several months together, you want to be somebody who's easy to work with and can take feedback and is not like, doesn't have a huge ego. And I see it in real time. I get people always are like, you're really nice, really easy to work with. And I'm like, are other people coming into these theaters and are they being mean? Like, what's going on? They're like, you have no idea. You would be shocked at what you see. So like, that's the main, like just being professional, and just like doing things technically well, being able to, you know, do 8 shows in a week and maintain your health and your voice and stuff like that, where I know some comedian, I mean, I use my voice differently than most, I guess, you know, classic stand-up comedians, right? I think I wouldn't even consider myself that anymore, but, you know, to do 5 shows in a week, to do like, excuse me, to do, you know, I did that week of the New York Comedy Festival, I did 8 shows in 7 days. And some nights it was 2 shows a night. Right. So most musicians, when they do a concert, they're only doing 1 show. The concert might be like 90 minutes, but I'm like very physical on my show. So learning how to like maintain my health and all that technical stuff I got from theater school. The thing I did not care for in theater school was this like sense of, we are artists. This is the theater. You must respect the theater. Yes. And there is that, right? I do respect the theater, and I do think there is a time to be like, let's take this seriously. But also we're pretending, and this is a fun art form, and I think also it can be fun if you keep it like that. You know, I'm not Daniel Day-Lewis, obviously, or Denzel Washington, you know, I haven't yet been like approached with a role that requires me to like go into a dark, heavy place. But having the comedy side, I feel like I'll be able to do that. But it was always like very serious at my theater school, and I feel like the goofballs weren't really. I was like a goofball. I picked comedy scenes. I wasn't really like, you know. They just wanted you to do like, you know, Arthur Miller, A View from the Bridge, Anton Chekhov, you know, The Seagull. They want to do all these serious things, and you're just sort of like, you know, we don't always got to be like this, right? I would go out on a limb and say comedy is sometimes a harder one to do. Yeah. To figure out timing, to figure out delivery, because that is written into some pages anyway. But so all the comedy side of my education, which I got in the streets, the comedy streets. Because I never did a stand-up like joke writing class. I just did the UCB
You
class.
just learned.
I just was like doing it, you know.
Crazy.
And then like taking notes on stand-ups, like literally watching it, taking taking notes. Fuck! Shouldn't have had this ginger.
No, but yeah, no, I went to a Regina Hall career retrospective, and Don Cheadle was the moderator, and he was asking her, like, what do you think is harder, drama or comedy? And she was like, I think they're both equal. She's like, I don't think society considers them equal.
Yeah.
But she's like, they're both acting. And then Don Cheadle was like, I think comedy's harder. So I was like, it was interesting to see their.
Because you know what it is like at UCB or doing stand-up or to do comedy, you have to be like silly, and you have to be willing to be embarrassed, and you have to be willing to like not be taken seriously, and to really look like a fool. And I think with dramatic acting and these very serious roles, people think like they don't want to go to that 10th degree because they think they look stupid.
Yeah.
But that's like the whole point.
It's
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean that's. I just always felt like it was a little bit. Sometimes it got a little bit too serious for me.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing
But
the comedy.
you know there is a place in the middle where like yeah we should you know I auditioned for I got asked to audition to play one of the lead roles in Chicago on Broadway a couple months ago, and you know it was the first time in a long time where I got to approach something like a serious actor. I was like off book, word perfect, script, you know, written up. I knew what I was. I made choices. You know, I went into the audition and they were like really impressed because I guess they thought I was just like a TikTok guy. So I went in there and like I feel like I killed. I had a lot of fun doing it, you know. But I don't think I would have been able to do that just as like if I had just done stand-up or music comedy or things like that, you know. The feedback I get from my reps all the time is like, your tape was great, your audition was great. And I'm like, was it? And it was like, whatever. But I learned that the bar for a comedian is like lower on a self-tape because they don't think they have any acting background, you know what I mean? So,
yes.
which is great. I'd rather
Yes,
exceed
yes.
expectations, you know what I mean? Than,
Okay, so NYU, you have an internship with Conan,
oh yeah.
right? Well,
Yeah.
You said it taught you how to be a ruthless
Ruthless editor,
of my own
yeah.
material, which I thought was great. For people who maybe want to get into late night, what was that experience like? Like, what did the day consist of?
Yeah, I thought for people who want to get into late night, I don't know how long it's going to last, but for people who want to get into late night, I really thought I wanted to do it. But after having worked there, it was very clear to me how much of an office job this was. It's very like, you get there 10 a.m., you leave at 7 p.m. If you're a monologue writer, you write 70 jokes a day. If you're a sketch writer, you're pitching sketches. If you're a segment producer, you're doing the pre-interviews. It's just like, and then if you're the boss, if you're Conan, you're kind of the captain of the ship, and then people trust you to make those edits as well. So it's a lot of work, and also it's like, you know, I did the Fringe Festival, and I had to do an hour-long show every day. It was the same show, but I had to do the same show every day for a month. And halfway through, it felt like I was in some weird, the movie Groundhog Day, like some purgatory where it was like, all right, get up, do this, do that, do the show, we're done. Yeah. Get up, do this, do that, do the show. And that's how I figure it might be for a late night host. It's like a pope job. Somebody said that. I think it was Conan or Leno, or it's a pope job, you know, until somebody else is anointed, you know.
That's such a good way. Yeah, no, it's definitely a corporate feel to comedy.
Yeah. But you do learn things from there too. You learn that like comedy can be a volume business, and if you do put out a lot of comedy, then not all of it is going to be hit, you know. Yeah. So you can't like be too precious with your material.
Can't be too precious.
Yeah, you can't. You can't be too precious with it. You can't.
Yes, that is always the learning lesson of constantly pumping out comedy. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I have your little things here. Okay, so.
Oh, also the other thing I learned. Sorry.
Oh no. Yeah.
Other thing I learned: there is always idea overlap. There's a lot of like accusations that go around about this person stole this premise, this person stole this sketch. Now, yes, there are cases where there are like verbatim, like this joke, this joke, this joke, right? But there is also like idea. I mean, I had a guy hit me up and say, "Hey, I wrote a song that's like your song. It's like the same kind of idea. I hope that's okay." And I said, "Yeah." I mean, think about it this way. I do music now. It's even more clear with music. You know, how many love songs are there? How many songs are there about heartbreak? How many songs are there about cheating? How many songs are there about making it to the top? You know, don't stop, but like about powering through. I mean, there's like millions of songs.
Right.
So yeah, there's gonna be like a million jokes about being married, a million jokes about flying on an airplane.
Right.
So that's what I also learned. That's why you can't like be too precious either, because it's like, there is something where like, oh, I don't want to do it because they did it, and it's like, well, you can still do it, but you're going to do it differently.
Yeah.
And also like your audiences may not overlap. You know, if you do this long enough, you see the same joke over and over again. We know that for sure.
Exactly.
So you see the same kind of bits with the improv. You see the same type of shit pop up all the time.
Oh, for sure. I'm like, okay,
You know?
this is gonna heighten here, and this is gonna come back here.
Somebody's gonna suck somebody's air jerk somebody off in this, and
exactly. Then they'll
you know.
die and air jerk the
yeah,
ghost
heaven
off.
or some shit like that. Yeah. you know.
Exactly. See, comedy. Okay, so then I always like to ask. Okay, so like we'll go. I have your whole little thing.
I love it.
So West Side Comedy Showdown, first prize, 2012.
Wow, I had just moved here. The year I moved here, I won that shit.
Look at that. So
$500.
wow.
Wait, was it 500? Yeah, I think it was 500.
So walk us through that. So if somebody's moving here comedy as well, how were you able to? What happened first? Were you submitting to like these contests yourself, or were you able to get like an agent or manager? What was the route?
Yeah, that really amounted to not much. It was just sort of like building my resume of things. I got my first agent through a friend of mine from theater school who actually who like recommended me. I mean, that's another thing that you get out of theater school is you get like a network of people who are kind of in the trenches with you. So they recommended me. I booked a couple of commercials, and it wasn't until my shit was popping off on TikTok, like it started around 2020, and then 2023, like it really started popping off. And then just being in LA and like hanging out, you meet agents and managers, and people are like, they call it like hip pocket. Or people are like got their eye on you, you know.
Yeah.
And then when the time was right, I signed with somebody. And then was it last year? I moved to where I am now. But as you know, it's like right now we're in a really big shift where it's like, I'm not saying you don't need agents or managers or lawyers. Lawyers like the thing you probably want the most, but we're in an age where like your career can be so much in your hands. I mean, if anybody can speak to that, it's me, because like nobody was fucking with me for a very, very long time, and now like everybody's trying to fuck with me because of like just all the followers and the engagement, the impressions. I mean, you can't even get a meeting with these people until they're like, how many followers do you have? Are you putting out videos every day? Are you promoting your stuff every day? And I had already like gotten in the mindset like I have to do this because there's nobody coming for me. There's nobody coming to help me. So then those things kind of happen naturally, and then like they do help each other. Like it is good. It's nice to have somebody negotiate on your behalf. But as far as to go back to the original question, I moved here. The contest, the festivals, I was submitting to everything myself.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I was submitting to everything myself.
So you have the Boston,
and you should submit to everything yourself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Boston Comedy Festival.
Comedy Festival.
Well, you found all the festivals.
Ventura Comedy Festival.
Oh my God.
I do my research, okay? Big Sky Comedy Festival and Tulip Valley Comedy Festival. So I was just curious if like that was you doing it, or it
Can
was
I see
like,
this? Hold
sure.
on. West
Or if it was your
Side,
manager, like
Boston. Oh, you have like a timeline, Ventura.
Yes, because I want to go through your journey and ask where your headspace was at these times.
Yeah, so the CBS showcase, I'll never forget. And this will be a good thing to go into with because for those of you who know, the Viacom had a CBS diversity showcase.
Yes.
The first year I auditioned, I got a call back, and I went to the call back. Somebody else was in charge at the time. I got to the call back, and I did my audition with my characters and stuff. And then the guy goes, so what is your background? And I'm like, all right, well, my mom's from Brazil, and then my dad was raised in Argentina, but he was born in Sicily. He goes, so you're Portuguese and Italian, like kind of saying like, oh, so you're like white, like you're not really like diverse for this. You're not like diverse enough for this, you know? And I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more about this.
Yeah, we'll talk about it right after.
But it was just sort of like the story of my whole life in this career. Like, I'm not like white passing enough, and I'm not like Spanish passing enough, or Brazilian passing enough, or Arab passing enough, or, you know, there was a point people thought I was black at one point, you know, or, you know.
Right. So
like it's literally in everything. If I'm in a Jeep Wrangler with 3 white dudes named Kyler, Bryler, and Skyler, like I am not the white guy in that car.
Right.
But if I'm in a, you know, a Dodge Charger with 3 black dudes, I am the white dude in that car. So it's kind of like contextually, it's like, where am I? Like, and I've talked about this in other podcasts. In Brazil, race has a very different thing in Brazil because it is a huge mix there. And it's more of like a socioeconomic type of thing in Brazil, if you look it up there. So, I mean, even here, when I go out for auditions, I talked about this before, I got an audition for a CSI, or it was like Hawaii 5-0 or some shit. And I was supposed to play like a Mexican veteran. And it's like, I did the audition, because I know, and if you don't know, if you get an audition, do the audition whether you're right for it or not. The goal is to do well, to win over the casting director, and not, don't win the role, win the room. And because if you win the room, they'll bring you back for something else. Yeah. Because I knew, I read it and I was like, I'm not this person. It's so clear to me. I'm gonna do the audition. I'm not gonna email my reps and be like, I am not this person. I'm not doing it. I got an audition for a pilot recently where the character in the description was like 100% gay. And I emailed them back. I said, you know, it probably wouldn't be good for me to do this. I'm not gonna do this because, you know, I'm not 100% gay. You know, I'm like 5% gay, right? Yeah. So it's like, in that case, I wouldn't do it. But for other stuff, you know, it's like, you know, they're not gonna. You kind of know what they're going for, but you just do the audition anyway, just because you know they're gonna. You know what I mean? And let's say you go out for a role and they do offer it to you, then you're faced with the decision like, should I do this or should I do that? Like, I don't know if this makes sense. It's like, you know, at least where I'm at in my career now, you know. But it is the not being enough, because I look Arab in some context. I just look at it. I'm gonna show you a photo. I just went to the Middle East to do shows.
Absolutely.
And this is so funny. Like I look.
You absolutely do. 100%.
I look.
That's originally what I thought you were before.
I put the outfit on.
You were.
Check this shit. Where is it? All right. So this is me with the thobe, because I visited a mosque, right? I looked the role.
That's where you're from.
That's where I'm from. And then we did are you kidding me? I could send this to you later, and I can say if you want to post it.
Put it here.
Because if you see this, you're like, wait a second, is he Arab?
That's absolutely what I thought you were.
So it's like contextually, it's like you put me in. I mean, I'm learning now. It's kind of a blessing because, as far as my act goes, I'm like a worldwide act. Yeah. Okay, so like, am I the highest ticket seller in America? No, but. Soon to be sure. Maybe, yeah. We can manifest that. No, but like worldwide, like you could throw a dart on any part of the map, and I could sell 1,000 tickets there. Yeah. So like I don't know who's going to Thailand or who's going to Malaysia or you know what I mean? Because you know, so like, and I think the reason I can do that is because I have this kind of like blank slate of ethnicity, where, you know. People can, I don't want to say claim me as their own, but I have just enough seasoning and sabor to like move within different ethnic communities, you know what I mean? So it is interesting, because the thing that was always like frustrating for me, like ended up being kind of like a little superpower, you know? Yeah, wow, you just summed it up exactly what I was thinking. Because I mean, you already just said that. I had a little quote, but you just... I have a lot of things. Did I ruin it? I'm so sorry. You didn't ruin it. I told you I'm a yapper. I'm gonna fuck your whole shit up. No, you said in Sign Masters,
yeah, for me, doing shows in Brazil was important to me because I've always felt a certain
Oh,
disconnect
yeah.
from my cultural background. And you said your mom is the only one in her family to come here. So yeah, I wanted to know, this fellow mixed baby, but yours is a different type of mix because for me, what people guess is correct. There are other elements, but you know,
Sure,
I'm like,
of course.
well, I'm Irish and black and, and Chinese.
Well, shit.
Yeah, I'm just as much Chinese as I am black, but I never really say that to anyone. I'm just like, sure, yeah, black and white. But I feel like my struggle is, sure, America sees me as black, but you know, you're not black enough for the black people, you're not white enough for the white people, but you are like Brazilian and then Italian, Argentinian, and then nobody thinks you're that.
Nobody thinks I'm that.
That said, how, okay, so then yeah, you feel
And
like
so
disconnect. How
go,
was it growing up? Like,
well, so like my dad died, and then my mom raised us for most of our lives, working several jobs and stuff. And I grew up. I don't want to say I grew up poor because we grew up in a pretty wealthy town, but let's put it this way. My mom was like cleaning the houses of people that I went to school with. You know, I went to a school where the kids like drove BMWs and Mercedes, and then like, I mean, I'm grateful that I was able to. I had a used car from like '87 that I drove to the lot, like a little beater. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was different. It was like it's a different vibe for sure. Wait, what was the original question?
it's basically like how, for fellow maybe mixed kids, like how are you, how did that shape your identity?
Oh,
One,
yeah.
not even feeling what you are, but then people not knowing what you are.
Yeah, I mean, in school, when I was in high school, because I went to a school, it was like, I want to say it was like 80% white and then 20%. I grew up in a part of New Jersey where there's like it's a whole backstory, but there's like there's the white people and there's like the black people in the community. And there's like a long history of these two people in this neighborhood. And so it was like 80% then, 20% black people. And then in the middle, there was like some Asian people, some Indian people, some other, you know, that little, if it was a pie graph, it'd be like that little like other. It wouldn't be enough to be a thing. It would just be like the other, you know? So, oh no. So for me, I was just like a class clown, and so I just kind of moved within different groups, and I wasn't ever part of a clique. I was just like the funny guy who made, you know, I was class president, school president. So in a way, I was just the other guy, but I never felt quite comfortable at any of the post-school functions, like even the parties, right? I go to these parties. And you know these kids are in these rich towns. They're like they're the ones doing drugs. They're drinking. They're doing crazy shit. And like I know somebody who thought, because my mom was a single mom and we grew up in like a 2-bedroom little apartment. I was sharing a room with 2 brothers, and you know, people would, if you lived on the side of town with like the big McMansions, they wouldn't let you come to my place because you would think like at my place is where we're doing all the drugs, which it couldn't be. Maybe there is an exception, but statistically, it couldn't be farther from the truth because it's like I don't really have the luxury of somebody bailing me out or fucking up, or I don't have that. So it was very interesting. Wasn't doing sleepovers like that, like traditional kids do sleepovers. It just was different, man. It was just different. But I know there's a lot of people who probably can resonate with that especially this juncture in the history of like what we're going through. There's a lot of like in between kids.
Absolutely.
You know, a lot of in between kids.
Yeah. So that's why I asked that, of like the point of like not feeling like you're fitting into. Was there ever a point of you then becoming confident with that? Do you feel like it came with you building your career? Like, you know.
You gotta be odd to be number one. You feel right? You gotta be odd to be number one. I just saw that somewhere, but and I liked it. But there is a sense of longing to be a part of a community, which is why like when I did go to Brazil, I did feel, I don't know. It's like the minute I landed, like my blood started singing. I don't really know how to explain it. I was just like I felt like I was right where I was supposed to be. And Brazil in particular is a very welcoming, open place. And the fact that I did half of my performances in Portuguese, that was like a huge thing. All I need is like 6 months there, and I realize like I can easily blend in.
Yeah.
Like speak perfect. I just need more time there. I'd like that.
Sure. Yeah.
But I felt really at home there. And it was like nice. It's just nice to know you from somewhere, because I just never. Because also here in America, if I go to like a Brazilian community, I don't because like in America, like if you go to, there's like every city has their little microcosm of the culture. It's like, I feel like it's a space for the people who like left the country.
Right.
And not a space for people who would like to be a part of deeper into the culture. So I feel insecure going and like speaking Portuguese because all these people are literally from Brazil. There's not like people who are like not from there. Like, hi, tudo bem? Hey, eu estou gringo aqui com vocês, like some shit like that. So going to Brazil was nice because they're just like, yeah, you're one of us. Come through.
Okay, good.
You're chilling. Yeah.
I love when people like go to the homeland.
It's incredible. It's incredible. I loved it. I didn't want to come back. And on another note, even if I wasn't from Brazil, the vibe, they're operating on a different frequency of like life and joy and love and music. I mean, everybody's just singing and dancing and singing and dancing. Singing and fucking
they got the
dancing.
priorities in order.
A coconut is $2.
Simple.
It's $2. You're gonna tell me they're gonna charge me $10 for a coconut water?
And like Erewhon.
Suck
like,
my ass, dude. Get the fuck out of here.
So would you say that comedy was innately in you, or do you feel like you used it?
Shut up!
Right!
Shut up!
So we're outside of a window where they unload a lot of things into the restaurants nearby.
Sorry. Sorry. It's okay. It adds character to this. We're like in a room with nothing on the wall except this. It's like
I soundproofed it myself.
I walked
literally.
in here. I was like, "Am I gonna get murdered in this room?" No, I understand. It's a studio.
No. Yeah, that's improv rooms for sure. They're
Yeah.
just like
fill the room with your imagination. Yes, sir.
okay. Would you say that like growing up, comedy was innately a personality trait, or you used it to try to fit in since you were always like, what's my identity?
I think it was a mixture of things. I think after my dad died when I was pretty young, so my mom was really under a lot of pressure. And being the youngest, I think I was like that goofy guy, like trying to break tension. In school, I was not an athlete, and I was not a bookworm, and it doesn't leave a lot. And I wasn't like a crazy misfit or like a goth kid. I don't know. I wasn't like on the fringes of things, so it didn't leave you with a lot of lanes to
go.
So like the class clown lane kind of was like, all right, I don't know if I chose that because I just was acting silly.
Yeah.
I remember I was in 8th grade and I had a teacher. I would sing during class. I was disruptive during class, but I was smart. I was honor society. I was class president school. I already said that, but she called my mom. This teacher called my mom and was like, there's special schools for your son. It might be good to like get him evaluated. He might have some like learning disabilities and this and that, whatever. And she caught my mom at a very bad time. So my mom started crying on the phone and was like, "He's just a happy boy," and like hung up. And that was the end of the conversation.
You need that on a shirt.
He's just a happy
just
boy.
Your mom's facing.
He's just a happy. Like she like up on top of everything else. Somebody's like, your son has issues in school and can't learn. Meanwhile, I was like top of the class. Get the fuck out of here. This woman just did not like me. It was a hater because I was a silly guy because I was like, I'm like, I'm not living in the Matrix. Yeah. None of this matters. Yeah. I'm not gonna have it. Yeah. Don't.
Wow.
Don't.
Wow.
Don't.
Okay, so as I was like stalking you online, I saw that you have your guitar and you have a little heart, and I was like, oh, cute. It's just a heart. He loves what he does. But then you were doing, I feel so bad that I don't know his handle, but the guy who makes like the music on the street.
Oh, Ari.
Yeah, and so you were making music with him and you did a little spin and I saw
the heart.
Same
oh
heart
my
on
God,
your
that's
calf.
good detective work. Yeah.
And I was like, this means something. So does it mean something? Am I crazy for noticing
You're not crazy. The first guitar I ever played belonged to my dad, who he had passed away from colon cancer. And it was just there. I couldn't get it off. Not that I wanted to get it off, but the guitar was like 50 years old. And sorry, I'm burping, not crying.
You can do both.
Yeah, so every guitar after that I purchased or used, I put a little heart on the guitar. And then I decided would get my first tattoo at like, I was like 32 I think. And I got it on my calf and it was the heart. I was like, if I'm gonna get a tattoo, let me get that. Now I have 5 tattoos. I'm gonna get a 6th one.
Wow.
I never thought I would be a tattoo type of person. Do you have any tattoos? Okay. All right. You could be buried in a Jewish cemetery. You're fine.
Pure.
You're pure. But yeah, I mean, that's where that comes from. And yeah.
So then for maybe other people who've lost a parent or lost a loved one, and then they're still expected to be creative and you're giving energy to so many people, I don't want to even say you get over losing someone, but how do you work through that?
I am a case where I was 6 years old when my dad passed away. So I was still very kind of like flexible, or as they say, plastic, I think therapists say, where I was too young to kind of grasp the depth of the moment. And I mean, the only thing I remember from the funeral is that I rode in a limousine. My first time riding in a limo.
Right. First memory.
And I think sometimes when I think about it, I do get sad, but the sadness kind of comes from not even knowing like what I'm missing, right? My older brother, I have 2 older brothers. You know, my middle brother, he was like 3.5 years older than me. So he was actually at the worst age. Like they say like 9 to 11 to go through like a divorce or loss of a parent can really fuck you up, you know?
Yeah.
And then my oldest brother, you know, he's got a different dad altogether and his relationship is totally different. So I think that is why I was able to kind of handle it a little bit better. Obviously there's other things that have happened in my life that, you know, that we deal with. You know, I think I'm the only person in my family who's gone to therapy at all. But I will say, like, I'm not a big like supporter of leaning into like a traumatic event like that, or any sort of traumatic event and making it like the whole identity. There's a lot of entertainers and comedians, performers who will like make their whole identity about the trauma that has occurred. And I think like, yeah, you should 100% find ways to make light of it and talk about it and tell jokes about it. And then, you know, once you've like burned the material, you can kind of move on to a different subject, you know?
Yeah.
But sometimes it's kind of like you see things where it just like never goes away. And the issue, and it's not that I'm a hater, it's that I know that if you keep attaching yourself to this like terrible thing, you are living in that headspace and that mind space, and you'll never like you're trapped. So you have to find a way to like forgive or let go or something so you can be a happy person. What is that? There's a quote that's like, don't forgive somebody because they deserve it, forgive somebody because you deserve peace. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's kind of like that, you know, but I don't forgive my father for dying of cancer.
Right.
No, but
you went to the doctor earlier.
No, but for real, it's like you have to learn how to just like accept that time is linear. This is what occurred, and you know, nothing is, not to be all zen out, but like nothing is good or bad. They're all the things that happen, and it's just how we choose to. As I say it like this, it's more important. There's nothing that's good or bad. It's just like the way we choose to deal with these things. You know, some people, they become alcoholics, and some people become public speakers and beacons of positivity. I mean, you see it all the time. So it's kind of like you really do have the choice in your hands to do it. I believe that. But I think that was a long answer to your question.
No, I've heard the similar quote, probably the same thing of just like, yeah, all events are neutral, and it's just your perspective that shapes it. So I agree.
And I'll say this: I didn't get to know my father, but he was a touring artist, music artist, when he was around my age, maybe even younger. And I'm kind of like, I get to know him now because I know if his life was anything like, I'm learning exactly what his life was like, touring city to city, country to country, hotels every night. Like,
crazy.
we probably have more to talk about than I think. So
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. I say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full circle. Okay, maybe I'll do this. I made a little game just for you.
Okay.
So maybe I do it now after that stuff. Okay, this game is called Suspicious as Fuck.
Suspicious as fuck.
Oh shit. Okay.
So basically, it's just like, I don't know, I've never done a game with anyone, so it's just like 5 rounds. I'm gonna give you 3 options, and then you tell me which one is the most suspicious.
So I have
as
little
fuck.
allergies. I swear I don't do cocaine.
And then you tell me, which one is the most suspicious and why.
Okay.
Pertaining to things in his life. Okay, so which one is the most suspicious? Someone buying clothes at CVS, men wanting to give you throat via IGDM, or trying to find your soulmate on Craigslist?
What is the most suspicious? Honestly, I'm gonna go with trying to find your soulmate on Craigslist, because like men trying to give you throat,
Yes, every day.
gay men always trying to suck dick, and that's fine. You know.
But it's the way in which, like you said,
It's like
how
aggressive.
they, like, not like, hey, how are you? Like,
No, dude, I remember I had a guy DM me, and he was like so nonchalant. He's like, "Hey, God, girls could be a drag, right? You want to like hang out and just like watch some porn together?" Like it was so silly. Dude. Maybe we could just like
Can't
jerk
even
off
get
in the
mad at
same
it.
room, like, you know. That's how he positioned it.
yeah.
So I don't think that's. I mean, it's just like they're just trying to,
Going after what you
you
want.
know. And then the CVS thing. I think we've all kind of been in a situation where we've had to be in a CVS late at night, getting some new underwear, getting a Plan B, getting some
But it's
Pedialyte.
clothes, you said in your.
Oh, but this one I said clothes, yeah.
This one you said clothes.
The clothes is suspicious, but I think finding love on Craigslist is
Okay.
suspicious because like if you're somebody who can't find love outside of Craigslist, then
What's going on?
you have communication issues, and you might be a murderer too. I don't know. There's too many. There's too many
True.
variables with that. You know,
Like,
that's
come to this
suspicious.
apartment.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So this is all about you. This is all his like past music and sketches
Yeah.
online. So you guys, this is why I'm.
Look it up. I just released Suspicious as Fuck, so you can see it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. What's more suspicious? Somebody who sings directly to a lady's titties. You're like, where is that from?
Buns and titties, yeah.
Exactly. A guy who dresses up as Trump and sings about his tiny love hands, or having a penis-shaped birthmark on your head.
Oh, and what is most suspicious? Is that what it is?
Those are the 3. The
Tiny hands.
singing to titties, dressing up as Trump. I'm like, wow, ahead of his time. It's so
Yeah.
even more accurate today.
Yeah.
And then when you shaved your head, having the penis-shaped.
So the most suspicious thing here is singing to the girl's titties, I think, because the birthmark you can't control, and the tiny hands you can't really control. Yeah, Donald Trump is shady and suspicious.
So you're like,
Although no, I disagree because when you look, I think Trump is the most suspicious one. Because when
Okay.
you sing the titties, it's like it's very clear what's going on here. You know, I like you. You have nice titties, and I'm gonna sing to them, and we know what this is about.
Right.
You know.
being straightforward.
I think that's not suspicious. It's
Okay,
it's clear.
it's
It's very clear.
Yeah.
Now a man with golden hair and tiny hands. What do we? What,
Enough is said. Enough is said.
enough is said.
Okay.
Enough said.
Okay. I don't know if this one is as funny. Okay. 3 options. Someone who thinks the stimulus check letter from the president is a personal letter to him. 2, referencing a Southwest Airlines commercial you did years ago. 3, an Airbnb host holding eye contact with you as you eat an entire plate of spaghetti.
Oh, what is the most suspicious thing? Oh, it has to be the Airbnb
Oh,
host.
absolutely.
Yeah. It has to be that. That actually turned out pretty well.
Yeah.
That was for the showcase. That was
Yeah.
that was good. Yeah, that was suspicious.
Yeah.
That was at a time when, well, there was a time when Airbnb, you would share a room with people. Or you share an apartment with like people who live there.
Yeah.
Now it's like luxury condo. Like there's nobody there.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're getting onto it.
Okay, 2 more. Okay, round 4. What's more suspicious? Giving college students shirts that say "I love DILFs." Fainting.
Did I do that?
Yeah. I watched your vlogs of like how to
Oh, but I don't think it's a shirt I gave away.
Yes, giving college students shirts that say "I love Dills." This is kind of mean. Maybe I put painting at a sweet green on Michigan Avenue.
Oh, wow.
Or writing a song, but you just repeat the title over and over with no other lyrics.
Oh, Sing Like an Angel?
I was like, all right.
The most suspicious thing there is, I'm going to say fading at a sweet green. And right
Poor
by the...
thing.
And because the thing about NAC is it is not suspicious to hand out free merch. It's pretty common.
Okay,
Yeah.
the last round is, okay, these are all your things. The most suspicious is a guy texting, it's asshole o'clock, or I want to lick you from your head to your butthole, or like a satellite drifting through space, I want to hit your anus.
What was the second one?
I want to lick you from your head to your butthole.
I want to lick you from your head to your butthole. It's asshole o'clock, looking from your head to your
And
butthole.
then the satellite drifting through space, and I want to hit your anus. Out of those three.
I would say none of those are suspicious.
Oh.
I think that's very clear what's going on.
Clear
And very
communication.
straightforward.
Okay,
I want that.
That's the game.
I want that booty hole.
And that's the game. Okay. Yeah, it was like, let me have a little game of his little things.
I love
okay.
it. I love it.
Just
Stare down the barrel.
okay. So yeah, I was watching your videos of like, yeah, you had to like vlog of like how to put on your own show and then how to get gigs at colleges. I feel like I didn't know that I'm not a stand-up, but as an improv sketch girly, I didn't even know that was a thing you could do. When did you as a comedian figure out you could perform gigs at colleges?
I found that out when I was in college and I saw comedians perform at my college. So I knew that was a thing, and I knew that was kind of a market. That's how a lot of comics start making money. Mm-hmm. It is easier to do it as a solo act and a comedian than it is to do like as an improv group or a band because of how much of money, right? Mm-hmm. Like smaller schools in the middle of nowhere, they don't have big budgets. Yeah. Like big schools. Me, I might do, at this point in my career, I do like 1 to 3 schools a year. Mm. But when I started out, I was doing like 40 schools a year. Wow. So it's kind of like that, and also colleges are booking comedians less and less now because of there's just like they're just like what's the word, like they just want to exercise caution, and you don't know what they're going to say on campus, and the students are a little bit more I don't want to say sensitive, but of their time and generation is just like different now, Yeah. And also the way they interact with comedy is different. I mean, if you go there, you can't do a show for an hour straight, and it has to be interactive for them. Otherwise, they get bored. I did a show at San Jose State University. People were like in class in the middle of my show, on Zoom. You know what I mean? So that's like what you're competing with.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
the attention span is crazy.
So that's what you're fighting with.
That's what you're fighting with. Yeah, because you. So
I've turned out some pretty hefty paychecks now because I knew it was going to be like the vibe was going to be off. It was going to be a nightmare. And then, God forbid somebody films part of the show and it's like, Morgan J bombs at this college. And it's like, it's not that I bombed, it's that y'all don't give a fuck about comedy. Right. And it's different. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Because you said that about kids' priority, like clean content you had to do. And you were like, I can't do 45 minutes of clean content.
Oh, did I talk about this? Did I tell you about this?
It was on, I don't know if it's.
Is it recent?
The I'm Right, You're Wrong one. I was watching a lot, so I don't.
Oh, that was recent, yeah. I had literally, before I recorded that, like a couple days before, turned down a quinceañera in Miami for like $150,000. Yeah,
because of 45 minutes of clean stuff.
And it was like they were going to be allowed to film the first 3 minutes, but then there's no guarantee they're not going to film the rest of the show.
Else? Yeah.
I had to go on. There'd be a magician there, a DJ there, and then I just feel like it wouldn't have gone well. It would have been a bad look for me, like off. Yeah, so I was just like, sometimes the paycheck isn't worth it, and
that makes sense.
At least in that context, I think it wouldn't work.
The colleges are kind of similar where. Because you were interviewing people, it has to be basically clean. He's like, but basically,
Well, I got offered a college in Florida. It was like 4,000 seat venue, a nice paycheck, but it was like a Florida State. It was one of these like party schools.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And so
I'm from Florida,
for like a 4,000 seat venue, I just knew it was going to be a nightmare. People would just be yelling and heckling. Because
absolutely.
you also have to understand, college students now, most of these people have never been to a live. Shut up!
I wish I could just record.
You literally, I'll do a little video.
Can you record so they know it?
So you can literally see what's going on. It's
I
like,
am never doing an interview in this room again.
it's like, it's actually comical what's happening right now. This is literally what's happening.
Oh my God. Oh my God. He's adjusting himself so he can.
Just get a couple more bangs out, bro. I know you're gonna. Let me see. You nice somewhere.
He's going. He's gonna screw that in really fast.
Anyway, I'll send this to you as well.
Thank you.
But yeah, you just have to. I mean, and thank God I'm in a position where I can say. I want to just say that I'm lucky to be in a position where I can say no to certain things. But you know, when you're starting out and you're trying to make money, you might have to swallow your pride or make some ethical decisions
like,
to like feed yourself and help your family or whatever the fuck it is,
Yeah.
So like I'm not hating on anybody. It's just I think at this point it wouldn't be worth it.
So we're here at this point now. It's December 2025, but I kind of want to go back. For the people who don't really know, how long you've been hustling and doing everything. Because you were doing like Zooms.
During the pandemic,
And then that's where you kind of discovered the AutoTune thing, just to keep them entertained on the Zoom. And then you were like, let me try this in person.
Yeah.
I guess if you can explain, maybe fellow comedians looking up to you, like what was that process of when you were doing the traditional stand-up and you're like, this isn't working? I think a friend suggested TikTok to you.
Yeah, a friend who worked there as a matter of fact, in 2019.
Suggested it to you. When was that? Sorry to cut you off. Because I know you initially didn't want to do it. When was it finally like, let me post something?
Yeah, I mean, it was the pandemic when we couldn't do live shows anymore.
So that's when you were like.
Because I can't do anything, so let's just start posting it. And then that was it. And I kind of got into that gold rush early.
Right.
So I had posted a video in, what was it, like October of 2019, before the pandemic. Video got 300,000 views. I got 17,000 new followers, and then I like never posted again. I didn't even know what to do on the app.
Right.
And then then the pandemic happened, and then I was like, all right, let me post my clips, and then little by little it was like a couple hundred thousand, and then it was like a Wild West type thing. I just got lucky. I got in soon, and then I just kept posting and posting. I made it a habit. So for anybody wondering, like, make it a habit if it's doesn't feel natural to you. Don't worry about making it good. People whether it's good or not, people are gonna find a way to shit on you. So just get comfortable with yourself and doing it. And then the rest, you figure out the rest as you go.
Yeah. I think you already kind of answered it, but like towards the end, I always like to ask, what's the best piece of advice either you want to give or that you've received? And then what's the worst piece of advice you've been given or you overheard and you're like, don't do that. Bad.
The best piece of advice would be to love your own work. I say, and I'll rephrase it again like I normally do, be the first person to buy a ticket to your own show. And I said that before. And then to add to that, from some practical, technical advice, just show up early. Show up early.
You show up early?
Show up early. I know it seems so stupid to even say that, but some of y'all need to hear it. Because y'all are fucking up your whole life and career because you couldn't show up on time. You're missing flights, trains. You just are fucking up. I'm literally looking right at you because you literally couldn't get out of bed 5 minutes earlier. Do you see me? I'm not even trying to be funny. You are literally fucking up and you are disrespecting anybody who might be waiting for you. No, actual bad advice?
Yeah, for the industry that maybe you think would be an obstacle for someone trying to follow in your footsteps. If there's this person told me this, but you're like,
You know, there's this piece of advice or this kind of thing that comes up every once in a while that I think there is truth to it, but meaning like enter every room like you belong there. Enter every room as if God personally sent you there yourself. You know, you are a star and you should be treated as such. Like, I understand the idea of like faking it till you make it and manifesting that, and like, because I think that is real. You know, when you go to sleep, you got to pretend to be. You have to pretend to go to sleep to fall asleep. So if you want to be a star, you got to like pretend to be a star to be a star. Like, it's kind of like this little thing, right? But not at the risk of lacking, you know, humility and being humble and being polite and kind in a room. You know, it's like you really gotta. You could feel that way inside, but you still got to really treat people with respect and kindness. Like, you know, I don't care if you are a DJ who, you might DJ for 30 people. It don't make like, and in your mind you might be a star, but you shouldn't like treat people like a certain way. You know, that's bad. You always want to assume like just be nice and kind to people, you know, on the other end of that. So I don't know if it's like bad advice, but take that with a grain of salt, you know what I'm saying? Like, believe in yourself, but also, you know, have some humility, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. But the kind of the point of my channel is, why do you personally feel like representation is needed?
I think representation is needed because it's important to see yourself like, it's good. It's nice to see yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think of a time. I mean, look, there are movies that I see where like, listen, I'm not black, but like I watch Sinners and I'm like very happy watching Sinners. I'm like very happy to see that. I'm very happy to see all these people like getting work and you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
It's because it is interesting. Like, man, I just watched that Eddie Murphy doc. And he was talking about when Boomerang came out, about how the critics were like talking a lot of shit because like it was unrealistic to like see all these black characters in roles of being executives and things. And I'm like, imagine, you know, watching that movie and being black and like you see that, it's like, that'd be really great to see that. Because then you see like, no, this exists, right? This exists, like you can, you know, I'm trying to think of a movie or like a TV show where I saw somebody like Brazilian or like ethnically ambiguous represented. Because I am seeing that more. Like a lot of these TV shows have like the one person who's like whatever, but they always tend to be like half black, half Asian, half black, half white. You know, half white, half Asian, or like they look a certain like. My particular like, I'm not saying it has to be so specific, but Brazilian people in general tend to be left out of like, it's so crazy because the country as a whole is also like isolated because in Latin America, they're not like Hispanic and they're not European either and they're not like Portuguese European. They're just like, they're just Brazil. So, I feel like I've yet to see somebody like me specifically portrayed, but I just like seeing gay people kiss on camera. Not in a way that like gets me turned on,
but see,
I like seeing it because I like knowing that it exists and like we're not denying the existence of things, and I like seeing that type of love, and I like seeing it all. I know, I just feels good, man. If you go to my show, like I love my audiences because it's like, everybody's at my show. I'm talking because I don't really do anything about religion or race or politics. So if you see at my shows, you see somebody with like a neck beard who drives a Ford F-150, and then you'll see that, you know, the they them with the septum piercing and the shave, the buzz cut, and they're in the same crowd, and I for sure know they don't like, one doesn't like the other one. You know what I'm saying? But I like that they're in the same crowd. You know what I mean? I like that.
I think you're doing that. So I hope.
I feel like the show is the message itself. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of speaks to like me being able to move within all these different type of ethnic groups, you know. But with representation, I don't know. I like seeing it, man. I like seeing it. And also like learning shit I don't even know, man. I watched. I remember I saw the movie The Farewell with Awkwafina. and that was cool. Like just like seeing different cultures and like, you know, I like it.
Yeah, no, it's important to see. Yeah, because I was curious.
I wish I could have given like a better, more educational answer, but it just feels good to see.
It's fine. Viola Davis answers the question that you need to see yourself.
Yeah,
like,
no, literally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's why I was curious
nice
to see who you like kind of looked up to. Because for me, it's like maybe Mariah Carey was kind of that for me, but other than that, like not really. So I was curious, like if you had someone, but now you can be that for so many people.
I hope so.
Because for comedians, shut up. For comedians, you know, you have a very diverse audience. Because usually for comedians, it's like whatever their race is.
Oh my God, I had a girl come up to me after a show. She was like, I don't want to sound racist, but like, it's like a friend of a friend. And she was like, I don't want to sound racist, but like, is your audience like always like that? And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, it's just like so diverse. There's like so many like I feel like what she was really saying, she was like, I've never felt like someone's safe in my life or something. You know what I mean? Like I'm like scared.
The undertone.
No, that's the undertone. I was like, no, but I understand. Like but I told her, I said, no, I think it's just like I think there's a lot of this type of person in this part of the country, and they're at my show. And when I go to Vancouver, it's a lot of Filipino people, and when I go to Toronto, it's a lot of Muslim people, and when I go to New York, it's like Puerto Rican, Dominican, and also white people, of course. Everybody's welcome to my show, but I feel like I'm just like a safe space. Everybody can come to my show, you know.
Yeah, no, it's a great feat. So yeah, like you said, maybe struggling with identity as a kid, but now it's your superpower. Because that's not for someone who watches comedy every day, like you know, like and goes to different places. It's truly typically one majority of a race that's in the audience, and then a speckled of other races. But yours is like a melting pot. So
and
it's
really
not,
and not even on a colored thing either. Like categorically, what I do is so outside of the realm of traditional either improv or stand up that I don't know where I was going with this, but it's also like for musicians or performers who don't quite know where to end up, they can see me on stage and be like, oh, well, maybe I can do something like that. I like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just offers another flavor of entertainment that, you know, people may not see either. You know?
Yeah. No, I get you. Because like you were saying, like traditional stand-ups don't really welcome you because, which is so fucked up because they're like, no, this is what stand-up is. It's like, how dare anyone like dream to do anything slightly different, add a guitar, add a prop, right? And then they're like, so yeah, I guess I see what you're saying with your point of like, not only is it a different group of people, but also what you're doing has a different elements that I think appeal to different groups.
I mean, even in Eddie Murphy's doc, he was like, you know, I never set out to be a comedian. I just wanted to kind of be a funny entertainer, you know. Billy Joel's doc is the same way. It's like these people that kind of outlie in their traditional, in their space end up being prolific. I'm not saying I'm going to be prolific or change the game or anything like that. I'm just saying like we offer something that doesn't exist, you know.
Right.
So, or didn't know they wanted, you know.
You mentioned so many articles. I don't know. You mentioned that you would hope that people can see that you're beyond AutoTune, TikTok. Right. So, because
I would like that.
Right. Yeah, I would like that. Yeah.
It's so funny. I'm posting clips right now of me doing guitar shit, and people are like, "Wow, he could actually really sing." And it's like
singing this whole time.
People don't understand that in order to use AutoTune right, you have to kind of sing.
Yeah.
AutoTune is for people who like can sing, but not like Beyonce. And then there are rappers like Travis Scott who use AutoTune in a different way because it also just adds a vibe. You know, that's what T-Pain did.
T-Pain can sing. Watch his NPR Tiny Disc concert, please.
Oh my God,
I want him to make an acoustic album so bad.
Thank God he did The Masked Singer.
I'm like,
changed everybody's opinion on him. Respect.
That's what you're doing. But you've had you've been on St. Dennis Medical, and now you have the Cotton Candy Bubblegum coming out because I can't watch it because it's doing the film festivals.
I have 3 movies in the can. I got a couple TV shows. And so I'm happy to say all these like acting gigs are showing a different side of me and kind of just lengthening the scope of my work, I think.
And do you feel like that was because you want to show the different sides of you that you're like, okay, now that I've worked my butt off and amassed this following, please start pitching me heavy to acting roles? Or do you feel like now you're being approached because of the... Yeah,
I'm getting asked to audition for stuff. I'm getting approached for stuff. I think if I never get some serious movie or serious role, that's fine, right? Like if the sum of my life amounts to me saying like, "Are you two gonna fuck tonight?" I won't be unhappy.
Yeah.
Because like some people don't even get that. You know, I got like 3 or 4 or 5 little catchphrases that people know. I mean, that's a blessing, you know. So if it never goes beyond that, that's cool too. You know, you think about people who have like one-hit wonders or.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, they were at least they were a wonder.
Yeah, exactly. There's billions of people.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
You know them for something.
Yeah, you know them for something, and I
Exactly.
think that's really great. And I think
But, yeah.
that like, you know, you shouldn't, as a creator, if you only end up getting known for one thing, I don't think you should consider that a failure.
Yeah.
Because you know, I mean, think of the girl who used to do Flo, who used to do the Progressive commercials. I'm sure she wanted to. Was she? Yeah, and I'm sure she wanted to do, you know, Shakespeare in the Park or do this or that, and I'm sure she still gets to do it. But I'm sure she bought like 10 different fucking houses with that Progressive money, you know? And it's a blessing to be able to do that. Some people don't even get to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Yeah. No, it's
I just try to operate from a place of gratitude, and there's a lot of
Yeah.
people who don't. And it gets frustrating when you see that, and you're like, no,
Yeah.
there's a lot of good shit going on.
Yeah, no, I agree. I do always ask, so like, in the world, the dreams of dreams, like you're 100 years old, there's like a 60 minutes time of legendary Morgan J. What would you hope your legacy to be of like what you, after all this, the Goofy Gang, movies, people like, you have all this comedy training, theater training, what do you hope to leave?
I just hope I left a space where people felt safe to embarrass themselves and be a kid again and not worry about how people were judging them, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, simple, to the point. Yes. So yeah, I was telling Maureen, so It Takes Universe to Raise a Star is my kind of proverb of the village of entertainers that support other entertainers. So
I appreciate
always like
that.
to
I appreciate
ask-
what you're doing. You did some serious
Yeah.
research.
Yeah, so much more. So the last question I always like to ask is, a star is a person, a light, either someone you personally know or maybe look up to. And I always like to ask, like, the beginning of your journey where you're like, I'm going to do this full time. Who was a star that helped you when you're like, okay, I'm going to start this, and who's the star now? 2025, 15 million plus followers, touring the world, the beginning and right now.
So am I picking 2 stars?
Up to you. It's
Well-
usually the beginning of the journey and like currently. So up to you if it's 2 or more, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, obviously my mom is gonna be in there. She was always a supporter, you know. Even from when I got into NYU, she's like, "We'll figure out. We'll find a way to do it." You know. And I'm gonna say my stepdad's brother, Phil. Shout out Phil. Phil was like a fucking believer. He still is. And I remember I would go to White Plains and he would take me out for lunch. He'd give me like a $50 bill. He'd be like, "Hey, I know you're really working hard out there, and I know you're gonna make it."
Wow.
I swear, man, Philip. Shout out Philip O'Keefe, bro.
Oh,
That guy really believed in me, man.
Oh,
I get emotional thinking about it because there's not a lot of people who.
yes.
It's tough, dude.
Yes, it is. Oh my God.
Shit is hard, dude.
I know. I was telling him like, so I'll say it on camera since we're getting
So it's like when people really show you that love, like it really means a lot.
Yes. Well, I will show you love because I was gonna say yes. As a fellow comedian, I kind of feel like I'm like watching what you're doing, and not obviously whatever the art form you're doing, but like feeling like you did the traditional route for like so long because I've been here 11 years.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
this is not working.
Yeah.
And so now I feel I'm kind of like at my edge, really. And so now I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's nice to see. I mean, I was deep in the YouTube. So I was,
Yeah.
watching you performing and then
Yeah,
like.
you went so deep, I had a different haircut. I didn't even look the same. I look so different.
The Twitch and
Yeah, I
everything.
do all of it.
And I was just like, and he's teaching people how to get gigs. So I was
I'm
like,
not
that's
trying to
very
gatekeep,
giving, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, and that you had to realize that social media, you have to show the world your talents versus like hoping an agent will. And that's kind of like one of the many reasons I made this channel and other channels. So
Yeah.
I think you are showing people. I hope you are proud of
I
yourself.
had like a tiny little tear that came out. It's all right.
Thug tears. Thug tears.
Thug tears.
That's what I say whenever
It's a
I'm like,
motherfucking rainbow.
Okay.
It's a motherfucking double rainbow.
But I hope you're proud. Are you proud of yourself?
I'm so proud of myself.
Okay, good.
And I have a smile on my face most of the time.
Okay, good.
And
Because
I'm enjoying my life. I'm trying to do the best to enjoy
good.
my life. Yeah.
Because to me, people of color, to me, I
It
feel like
wouldn't be
we're not.
Oh yeah.
We don't. We're expected like not to either like be proud of our accomplishments or make them a little smaller because it's just
Yeah.
like you should just be happy to be in the room kind
Yeah.
of thing. So I'm always just like, make sure you're proud of yourself.
I do get that sometimes. And my boy Masi, he always kind of. It's so funny. Before I walked in here, I was on the FaceTime with him. He's like, I want to let you know something to inspire you. He goes, some of us are this is unrelated. He didn't know the name of the podcast. He goes, some of us are born to be stars. And he goes, some of us are born to be in the audience. And that's okay. But you're here, you have been selected. He goes, you have been selected to do something different and inspire people, So it's funny that we walked, you know what I mean? We walked in here. I want to leave you guys with a quote.
Yes, okay. Leave us with a quote. Even though they probably already follow you, you can also say.
I like this quote a lot. I saw this from this guy on TikTok.
Okay.
All right? And I really like this one.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
Having faith, I don't know if I should say it to the camera,
Okay.
but having faith that everything will work out is not crazy, all right? It's not crazy. It is required, all right? And I don't mean faith in God, faith in this. I'm talking about just like faith in yourself and faith in the universe, all right? Doubt has never built anything, all right? Pessimism has never won any awards, okay? And without faith, you will stop before the miracle, you will quit before the breakthrough, and you will leave before the blessing. Faith isn't ignoring reality, it's believing in a better one. So just have that faith. I like that quote a lot. I think about that. So.
No, and that's perfect. Oh, yay. Well, thank you.
No, thank you. This has been lovely.